So I'm gonna ask a big favor of everyone. I know we all get distracted a lot, don't pay attention, but if I could just take your attention for the next few minutes, it will change your life, save your life, and change your dealership. Today's an extremely emotional day for me because I am home. Tampa is home for me. As you heard, I fought cancer over an 8-year journey. It was a difficult journey, and I fought it here in Tampa. I was diagnosed with cancer here. I sit on the board of Moffitt Cancer Center, and I found my why in life here in Tampa. So it means a lot to accept this award here. Cancer changes you in ways that I can't even explain. It forces courage, perseverance, gratitude, and it also gives you a renowned purpose, a higher purpose in life. And Darlene Briggs, if you know much about her, she also was diagnosed with cancer and died days after her diagnosis. So to receive this award, her legacy, to honor it, is really my greatest honor in life. I want to thank God, the MRAA, Boating Industry, the Briggs family, and I want to name a few people here. And there's so many of you I can't thank, but I want to thank the rocks in my life, my identical twin sister, Carrie. Wave your hand over there. And my son Chase, he can't be here today, but he's at FSU, but really Peg Phillips and Polly Day and Michelle Goldsmith and Vanessa Woolley from Moffitt, who's the first person I saw when I walked in the doors of Moffitt, and we've become sisters ever since. My work family, which you know I love you all more than life itself, Lisa, Rachel, and Mindy, and the entire team back in Fort Lauderdale. I can't thank you for all you do to help us deliver the dream. I'll be brief. I was told to be brief, so I'm going to cut my speech down. But one of the greatest lessons I want you all to learn and to take away is we have to stop competing and we have to collaborate. It is super important, and you'll see a lot of things coming with Polly, and I are going to be working with Michelle and the MRAA, and a lot of great things are coming out of collaboration. So I really do encourage you to do that. Darlene, she rolled out the IBM accounting system in her dealership. She was so far ahead of technology. And I encourage you, don't fear innovation. Embrace it, own it, lead it, bring it home to your dealership and to your world, because to be the dealership of the future means that we're going to survive. Join the MRAA if you haven't already. Become a certified dealer. I know the process can be a little painful. My team over here is like, oh God, again. But it's so important because we all adhere to a higher standard. And where's Matt? Matt, are you here? Matt, I just want to say thank you for really everything that you've done to help us achieve greatness at our dealership. I have a saying, what's great for the industry is good for business, your business. So just don't take from the industry, but give back to it. Give back, share your knowledge, mentor somebody, and open that door that was once closed in your face to someone else. Contribute to Boat Pack, get involved. I made my first trip to ABC this year in Washington. And if you don't like what's going on in your town or your industry, get to Washington. There's a few dealers there. I want to see all of you there. I want us all talking to our politicians about what's wrong and how you can help our industry survive and thrive. Pay it forward, pull a seat out for someone who is younger than you, and invite them to your table, because once we all retire, like Nancy's retiring, well, Nancy pulled that seat out for someone else. So pull that seat out and invite that younger person to thrive and be our future leaders. I love the saying, Steve Jobs once said, people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that do. I'm one of them. I love to change the world. But two things that I've learned in my life is have a why. The best day of your life is the day you were born and the day why you found out why you were born. And I was given that opportunity when I had cancer. Cancer changed my life. And also, there's a woman here, Peg Phillips, who I met at the Boating Industry Summit in Dallas. I was asked to speak as a keynote speaker on a panel, I think, or something like that. And she walked up to me and she said, we have the same last name, so I had to meet you. And from that day forward, that woman changed my life. She invited me into the National Safe Boating Summit in Arizona, where I met a man by the name of Carter Viss. Carter Viss is a story that's on my YouTube channel. A gentleman that I met in Arizona whose arm was tragically cut off in a boating accident. His legs were severely severed. and I sat there and I said, tell me about the boat that hit you. And it was a center console that I sell in my dealership. And I thought, oh my God, that story could have been my life, my story. And for the last 30 years, we haven't been practicing boating safety at my dealership. Well, now, guess what? We do. Life jackets, kill switches, you name it. We are all about safety. And thanks to Peg, you've changed my life. I appreciate you. The takeaway from this, everyone in this room has to be part of this safety movement, because if you buy boats, sell boats, build boats, you're a vendor in this industry, it starts with being authentic. And when you're doing your marketing, have safety, life jackets, kill switches. Don't have them dangling in the air. But it's super important for our industry that we are safety focused and we save lives. And lastly, this is what's really important. We have schedules, we have deadlines, but when God whispers and you don't pay attention, those whispers become screams. And mine was very apparent. Mine was cancer. And I didn't take the time to really go to the doctor. And I finally did. And I knew I had cancer. So make the time. If your body's not right, please make the appointment. I implore you, for your teams, for your family, for yourself. If it doesn't feel good, then there's a sign of something greater. In closing, I'm humbled, I'm honored, and more inspired than ever, which is crazy. But please join me in doing the work. Lead, innovate, advocate, and collaborate. And let's get to work, everyone. And thank you so much for this honor. I appreciate it.